Emirates is gearing up for some huge development with its iconic A380 aircraft. And even though Airbus ended production of the Airbus A380 in 2021, citing a lack of demand from airlines that weren't mostly able to fill such a large aircraft, the biggest airlines of the United Arab Emirates decided to go against the trend and revealed many interesting things about the Super Jumbo's future that everybody needs to know. The airline retained the Airbus A380 as the backbone of its fleet and decided to invest a whopping $1.5 billion in upgrading the aircraft cabins. This corresponds with the fact that Emirates chose to keep the A380 until, I will reveal it later, as this date is not what you have in your mind now. As you most probably know, Airbus A380 is the backbone of Emirates' fleet. There are 116 units of this giant in the airline's fleet. And even though many airlines were struggling to find destinations with enough demand to fill the giant planes with a lot of premium class seats, Emirates was not among them. Even after the pandemic, they not only haven't retired the Super Jumbo, but instead decided to bring it back to almost all routes that were operated by it before. Now let's see what were the reasons for that decision. The first is definitely geography. Dubai is located almost in the middle of the world. Flying from here non-stop to Los Angeles, Auckland, and Sydney is possible. Dubai is also a perfect transfer point for travels between Europe, America, Asia, as well as Australia. Not to mention that Dubai is always in the first 5 of the most visited cities in the world. It creates enormous passenger flows and demand for flights, and Emirates is taking advantage of it. Thanks to this, the airline has a unique and very successful business model, where there is one hub where passengers transfer from one long-haul flight to another long-haul flight without many short feeder flights. The second thing that keeps Emirates committed to the A380 is the Dubai airport itself. It is located in the middle of the city without any major expansion possibilities. So taking into account the huge demand for flights mentioned before, Emirates had to find a solution that will allow the airline to continue its growth. And finally, the scale of operation. Most airlines have or had only a few A380, and those low numbers make operating A380 much less profitable, as the airlines can't take advantage of economies of scale. Having a handful of jets of one type is more expensive, as the costs of having separate maintenance, spare parts, and qualified technical personnel are divided between fewer units. A subfleet of, for example, 10 aircraft will almost never be economical for a large airline. Not to mention the situation when an airline has to change aircraft type due to technical problems and doesn't have a replacement plane of the same type. It is a true nightmare for passengers and staff. Did you know that Emirates started cannibalizing their A380 at Dubai Al Maktoum International Airport? This is a costly way to deal with supply chain issues that are currently a widespread problem in the aviation industry. Now let's talk about the future developments. As I said at the beginning of the video, Emirates plans to invest a lot into the retrofit of the A380 fleet. And even though the project was first announced in November of last year, the details were relatively scarce. Not much was known beyond the airline's intention to introduce new tones and design motifs to cabin interior panels, along with cosmetic upgrades to existing seats. We knew that premium economy was being installed, but not much beyond that. Now, further details have been revealed. The first thing that is noticeable when stepping on the aircraft is how the entire color scheme of the aircraft interior has changed. Emirates is well known for its dark wood paneling and gold finishes, but the new interiors are anything but. Now, when walking onto a refurbished Emirates aircraft, the one thing that immediately jumps out is how incredibly bright the cabins are with the lighter color scheme. The dark wood and gold finishes have been entirely replaced by cleaner and brighter panels and finishing, which make the cabins feel significantly larger and more open. Seat covers have also been changed to a lighter cream color. This is supposed to make the passengers feel more premium on board the airline's flagship. The seats in each class were also significantly upgraded, and it's certainly worth seeing. In the first class, the thing that changes the most are the colors of the seats and the rest of the interior. The hard product itself is not much different than before. This is, however, different when we come to the newest premium economy class. It's a new addition to the airline that is found at the front of the aircraft on the lower deck. The cabin features a 2-4-2 configuration. The seats measure 19.5 inches wide with a generous 40 inches of pitch and are accompanied by a footrest and calf rest. They recline up to 8 inches without significantly reducing the space of passengers in the row behind. There is also a huge seatback entertainment screen featuring the famous Emirates ICE system. Window shades are also electronically controlled like the premium cabins on the aircraft. And it's not like in the Boeing 787, where the crew can simply block the windows for the entire flight to force passengers to sleep. So there is nothing to worry about. The famous A380 bar and lounge area haven't been forgotten during the refurbishment. Business class and economy class have seen similar upgrades to the first class, with lighter colors and changes to the carpet and window paneling. The airlines expect that it will make the journey on board the largest plane in the world more pleasant and comfortable. There are also other signs that the A380 is extremely important for Emirates. Recently, the airline announced that it bought 5 of the super jumbo jets from aircraft lessor Doric Nimrod. This isn't a net increase in the fleet since these aircraft were already leased out to the airline on 12-year terms. The airline is simply buying assets it had previously leased, as it plans to use it for a very long time. The UAE-based carrier is paying approximately $40 million for each of the 5 aircraft. Now, as promised, it's time to see for how long the A380 will be flying with Emirates. Well, according to the airline executives, the Super Jumbo will fly for Emirates into the 2040s. I think that this may be an exaggeration, as they would be around 30 years old at the time, and since the new Boeing 777X deliveries will start shortly, their life may be after all reduced. But personally, I think that we will continue to see the A380s for more than 10 years. The Airbus A380 is the most important aircraft in Emirates' fleet. It's a flagship and a symbol of the Dubai-based airline. Seeing that the carrier is investing billions into it is a good sign for us all, as I think that no aircraft is more comfortable for long-haul flights than the magnificent Airbus double-decker. And the new cabins that are being installed will definitely make the passenger experience even better and will help Emirates stand out from others as a premium air carrier. What do you think about this? Do you also think that Airbus A380 is the best commercial airliner? Write in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel.